Hello, traders. Welcome to another episode of the pre-London chart markups. And today we're gonna start with the DXY. So yesterday there was some massive news. I think Trump announced something to do with the tariffs, and that is the reaction that we got on the markets. Um, yeah, it was some heavy stuff. Yeah. So the way that we should be trading this, I think ultimately the dollar will just drop to the downside. And one of the targeted areas would be this demand zone. Do I think this will hold? Probably not, because of these imbalances right there. So we should. I'm expecting to see the dollar continuing to melt down all the way to the downside until we mitigate these demand zone, and then from there we can get a reaction. Okay, so that is the situation that I'm seeing with the dollar going to the 1 hour. This is what we have. We did break structure to the downside. As you can see, we were expecting that pullback. Unfortunately, it never came, because the dollar just melted to the downside. So yeah, I think we should expect to see the dollar continuing to melt to the downside, which means on these other currencies, Euro USD, we should be expecting a movement to the upside. So this is the daily chart for Euro USD, and as you can see, we did maintain. We never got the mitigation of this range. Price just pulled back a little and then moved aggressively to the upside. So the way we should be trading that, I think ultimately we have this demand zone. Okay, sorry, supply zone. We do have that supply zone over there, and that is where I think price we should be expecting price to get a reaction from. All right. So also, this is another demand zone. Sorry, another supply zone. I don't know why I keep saying demand. So that is another supply zone. Let's just see how the market reacts, or how the market behaves around that price level. Also on the daily of the DXY, this is the demand zone. Sorry, yeah, the demand zone that we are talking about. This one right there. So let's just wait and see how price reacts from that. Now moving on to the 1 hour. If you can just show that on the 1 hour. The 1 hour. So let's just first of all refine it on the daily. Sorry, on the 4 hours. And on the 4 hours, I'm gonna take the last down candle before that move. Okay, so if you reset that, you can see price just tweaked it, and this is 1 hour the boss. So that is the 1 hour trend change. That is what you need to note. Trend change. So that is the 1 hour the trend change. And if we get a pullback from that level, I'm happy to take it. And by pullback, I mean if we see something of the sort, uh, the market trickling down to some demand level, then I'm happy to take that move. But if we continue, I think I'll just be looking for some quick entry, some quick entries, and then so one of the areas that we should be expecting to see something would be this demand zone. Okay, also the other area that we should be expecting to see would be this demand zone right there. Okay, and as you can see, price actually tapped into this, but The reason why I never got in is because price was actually very very impulsive, and my entry model never I never played out. So I'm gonna be looking for one of those opportunities to go along at this particular demand zone. If that does fail, then this is the demand zone that we should be looking to trade from, and this would be it. Okay, that would be the demand zone. If you can just show that, so that would be the demand zone that I'm expecting to trade from. So I think we should adjust that to 1 hour IPOS. Okay, so that is the demand zone. Okay, so USDJPY, this is it did play out the way we expected it to, because remember I was telling you we did break structure to the upside. Then you got that pullback, just a small, just a small pullback. And then you can see the reaction that we got after that. So the way that we need to be trading these, I'm expecting to see this daily targeted low getting broken, and then we trade into some of this demand zone in this fashion, and then from there we can expect to see that pullback. So anyway, any slight pullback, any slight pullbacks, especially into this demand zone, it should give us some good tradable opportunities. If we move to the 4 hours, um if we move to the 4 hours, you could actually be looking to trade from uh yeah, we do have that supply zone, but at times price just moves aggressively. And one of the areas that personally I do look for trading opportunities would be these areas, these bricks of structures areas, because what you will realize is that they do form good supported resistance zones. So if we move to the 1 hour, this is what we are having. So any slight pullbacks into these areas, we may get a pullback into that area. We should be looking for opportunities to trade. But ultimately, this would be our supply zone. Okay, if all of those, if this fails, because what I'm taking, I think because this is some ICT concepts, I don't know whether this is what they call mitigation blocks or whatever, but I do think it forms a good area to look for tradable opportunities, to tradable opportunity to the downside. So should delete that. I did. So I was expecting to see price actually reaching into this into this supply zone, but we never got that. So this is the supply zone that we should be looking to trade from. So the way that I'm anticipating to see price coming would be in this fashion. Okay. All right. So looking to the left, I don't see any. I don't see any demand zone, not unless the one that we just saw on the daily. This one. Um, that would be the demand zone. So let's just. So this is the 1 hour demand zone. I've refined it to the 1 hour, but it's actually the daily demand zone that we just saw. So we may get a reaction from that. Remember, as traders, what we normally do is just to react. You're just reacting of what the market is showing you, or the reaction that you're getting from the market, or from price. Also, we do have this demand zone, 1 hourly demand zone. Just the last down candle before that move. Although it has already been mitigated, I think I'll just stick to it as the extreme zone. So, may get a reaction from that zone and then look to trade to the upside, or just wait for price to pull back all the way to the upside and then look for a trade up opportunity to the downside. GBP USD, finally, things are moving. You can see we did get that high pause. So we are just waiting for the market. For GBP USD, I don't see any other situation or any other reactionary point in this leg. I'm just seeing a situation where the GBP USD moves to the upside and then we may get such a move. And this is the supply zone that I'm looking to trade from. So if you go to 1 hour, you can see we did blast through all of these supply zones. So for GBP USD, let's just wait for price to come all the way to the upside and then look to take those trades to the downside. But any slight pullbacks into some of these demand zones, I should look to enter, targeting that supply area. So that is it, and yeah, that is it for my pre-London chart markups. Let's see whether we get some really good opportunities today to trade. Okay. Yeah, this week I haven't been trading as much, and the reason for that is because I only got one trade, that was on Monday, on USDJPY. But so far the markets have been very elusive, coming into my zone, moving without giving me an opportunity. And I know that is something that I need to work on. But so far so good. So far so good. So the currency that I'd be looking to trade would be USDJPY. I do think we do have some nice price action. Also, EURUSD has some really good price action. I think any opportunity, any pullbacks, I think it should give us some really good opportunities. So GBP USD, I'm not looking to trade GBP USD, not unless we get a nice pullback, and then I'll take those longs. So for now, I'm focusing on USDJPY. Let's see whether we get something to trade from. Yeah, so that is it. I'll see you tomorrow.